A good Tuesday morning, Central Georgia. You're taking a live look over the Georgia National Fairgrounds in beautiful Perry. The time is now 5:30 here on this April the 11th. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Wanye Reese. This Tuesday morning, it's looking great on you, Central Georgia. And stepping out the door, it's going to be looking cold on you this morning, Alex.
That's right. Going to want the hat and jacket as we step out the door this morning. I was caught off guard. I guess I knew it was coming. I just forgot it was coming when I walked outside. I was like, hello. Yeah, 42 in Macon right now, 44 in Warner Robins, 46 over in Dublin, 42 in Milledgeville. You got 42 in Gray, 45 waking up in Twiggs County this morning, 46 in Cochran, and 47 down in Perry. How about 50 in Vidalia, Rochelle, and 49 now in Cordele. So yes, that wedge still very much in play across parts of northeastern Georgia. That's why we're cooler to the north this morning. The radar picture, nothing going on out there and really across the southeast. Just a few showers down along the coast this morning. Temperatures warmer down into the 60s, or up into the 60s, I should say. And then down along the Gulf Coast, some showers as well. That's part of a developing coastal low pressure system that's going to bring us rain by the time we get to Thursday. So average high today, 77. We're going to 74 later on this afternoon. This northeasterly wind continuing. That's been responsible for bringing us the rain and the cool weather on Saturday. Well, now it's keeping us cooler today. And rain likely by the time we get to Thursday afternoon. That's courtesy of that coastal low pressure system. We'll take an hour-by-hour look at future view in just a moment.
Thank you, Alex. We'll talk to you soon. New information this morning in one of 3 shootings in Macon over the Easter weekend. One of them on Bloomfield Road killed 15-year-old Oziah Score. Gore's aunt, Tasha Fordham, says her nephew was in the kitchen pouring a glass of water when a car drove up, shooting up his home. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says they have more information on the shooter's vehicle. They're looking for a beige or tan Mercury Marquise or Crown Victoria. Today, you could see the home riddled with at least 15 bullet holes. Colonel Leon Jones says Gore died from a single shot to the back. Fordham has this message for the shooter.
Whoever you is, you know you can't sleep. The conscience eating you up. You discard a person's life.
It's a sad story. Fordham says this isn't the first time that the home has been shot up in the last few months. Right now, the GBI is trying to find out who murdered a 54-year-old Crawford County woman. Sheriff Lewis Walker says they got a call around 6:30 Sunday night about a death at a home on Julia Jordan Road. They say the victim is Christy Chambly. So far, they haven't released any details on how she died exactly. They are going to be sending her body to the GBI crime lab for an autopsy. Anybody with information on this case, I want you to reach out to the Crawford County Sheriff's Office. That number, it's 478-836-3116. That number again for you at the bottom of your screen. It's 478-836-3116. A Warner Robins teen is getting treated at a Macon trauma center after getting shot. Warner Robins police say the 17-year-old showed up at Houston Medical Center and doctors sent him to Macon for more treatment. Investigators believe he originally got into a fight inside Rocky's convenience store on Pleasant Hill Road when someone pulled a gun and shot him. Everyone involved in the fight ran off. At last check, the teen was in stable condition. So check out this story. Federal agents and Bibb County investigators are hoping someone watching right now may have the tip that could lead them to the people behind a huge gun heist that happened here in Macon. The pair stole around 5 dozen guns during an early morning break-in at Howard's Pond on Mercer University Drive.
People are on the expected that guns kill people. No, people kill people, and that many guns just out and about, that's a very scary thing because you don't know who has them.
Yeah, it's a scary situation. According to the Bibb County Sheriff's Office, 2 masked burglars entered Howard's through a large hole, knocked into a brick wall. Howard Reed, he owns Howard's. He says it happened around 2 a.m. last Wednesday. Reed says it's been close to 10 years since thieves last got onto his property. This marks the first time he's had to make an insurance claim. Reed says for the first few nights after the break-in, he had a deputy guarding the place, but he says it's too expensive to continue that. He plans to add more guard dogs and concrete barriers around the business to increase safety. The ATF is working with Bibb investigators on the case. Well, 5 people were killed yesterday when a bank employee opened fire on his co-workers in downtown Louisville. Authorities say the suspected shooter also died after a shootout with police. 8 people were also hurt in the attack. Louisville police responded within minutes yesterday morning to multiple 911 calls of an active shooter at a bank in downtown Louisville. 5-year bank employee Connor Sturgeon was shot and killed after he shot at police. 4 victims, all bank employees, died at the bank. A 5th victim died in the hospital last night, and an officer who was shot is in critical condition. The Department of Justice filed an appeal against a conservative federal judge's ruling which suspended FDA approval for an abortion pill. A Texas judge, who former President Donald Trump appointed, ruled Friday that the FDA improperly approved mifepristone 23 years ago. The judge says the FDA ignored legitimate safety concerns about the drug.
We think that the judge totally got it right. The FDA has to go back. It has to be transparent with the public about the studies that it relied on to make its decisions, and it's got to follow the science.
Mifepristone is one of the safest and most effective medicines that we've seen over the last 20 years to help women with their health care, especially abortion care.
A federal judge in Washington state, who former President Barack Obama appointed, blocked any changes to the pill's availability to the public in 17 states and the District of Columbia. The cases are likely headed to the Supreme Court, where the conservative majority may decide the case. 5:36, getting you to state news. Later today, First Lady Marty Kemp will host a group called Georgians for Refuge, Action, Compassion, and Education, also known as Grace Commission. The group is scheduled to discuss updates on Georgia's fight against human trafficking. Governor Brian Kemp will also join the group to sign Senate Bill 42. Georgia law already requires businesses to post notices about the state's anti-trafficking hotline. The new bill raises the fine for businesses that don't do that. On the first offense, they'd be fined between $500 and $1,000. Well, if you or a loved one depends on insulin to stay healthy, those lower prices are now officially in place for seniors. The U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services and Georgia Senator John Ossoff spoke with seniors about the changes yesterday in Gwinnett County.
And we're here to announce, with Secretary Becerra joining us, that this law is now in effect. No senior in Georgia, no senior in America will have to pay more than $35 per month for insulin.
The secretary said the law should save the average Georgia senior $500 to $600 a year and also provide free vaccines to seniors for illnesses like the flu and shingles. It's 5:38. Alfred Jordan was on his way to a meeting when a tree fell on his home during strong storms 2 weeks ago, so he requested his congregation to help him out.
A tree fell in the middle of it across the house. And
what were you doing?
well, I had just got dressed to go to the meeting, and it kind of surprised me, but I still went to the meeting.
Baptized in 1993 by the Jehovah's Witnesses, Jordan says he felt like a different person. Knowing he was in good hands, Jordan asked for help, and now construction is underway. Without help from his congregation, Jordan doesn't know what he would have done, but knows he made the right decision to join a worship family that could help him when he needed it the most.
What I'm learning, what I see, and everything, the friends, they really look out for you.
It's always great to have a phenomenal church family around you. Definitely something I can attest to. The volunteers hope to finish their repairs by the end of April. It's been an epic ski season across much of the U.S. thanks to heavy snowfall. In just a few minutes, we'll explore how that's increasing revenues at many resorts. Plus, it's that time of the year, your favorite time, tax season. But experts say it's also a big season for scams. They'll share what you should watch out for when filing your taxes. But before all that, the time is now 5:39 here on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I was just being sarcastic, you all. I know that tax season is not the most happiest time of the year for a lot of Americans.
I was just thinking springtime. We got the severe storms, we got pollen, we got taxes. Like, we just get it all out of the way at once.
They say it comes in threes, right?
Well, there's a lot more than three. You get the bugs coming back. Man, yeah, it just all piles up in April, doesn't it? Here's a live look over downtown this morning. The other thing that comes your way is just a roller coaster of a weather weather ride. This morning, we're down to 42 in Macon. A light wind out of the north-northwest at the moment at about 3 miles an hour. 44 in Warner Robins, 45 in Forsyth, 43 waking up in Baldwin County this morning, 48 in Sandersville. You factor in the little bit of wind we've got going on out there. It feels like 42 in Sandersville this morning. Feels like 40 in Warner Robins, 38 in Forsyth. So, yes, certainly going to want a light jacket as you head out the door on your Tuesday morning. Spinning around from Jeffersonville, the radar, I'm not finding anything out there. You've got to go down along the Georgia coast and then down along the Gulf Coast this morning to find any showers. All of that part of it developing coastal low pressure system that's going to bring us rain by the time we get to the middle part of the week. So through the day today, hey, looking for temperatures into the 60s fairly quickly. Here we are at the noon hour, 65 in Macon, 70s later on this afternoon before we all fall back down into the 40s tomorrow morning. So another cool morning to get your Wednesday started. But then we get a few degrees warmer for Wednesday afternoon. Notice 1 or 2 showers possible down to the south, but the real rain chance arrives on Thursday. Waking up to partly to mostly cloudy skies Thursday morning. Notice temperatures not quite as cool across the area. But then look at this. It looks kind of like a tropical rain band rolling into central Georgia, moving from southwest to northeast. Pockets of heavy downpours. We're going to say the rain chance really beginning right around 10 a.m. Could even see a storm or two embedded within this. There's 2 p.m. on Thursday. Some heavy rain potentially moving through parts of central Georgia as that continues to lift to the north. And we're going to look at the showers continue by the time we get into Thursday evening. Now, the rain that's around on Thursday does look to move its way out of central Georgia by the time we get to Friday. I think we'll be contending with a few showers during the morning hours and then clearing out for the afternoon, setting the stage for a dry Saturday. But then on Sunday, here comes a quick moving cold front that's going to bring us a minor rain chance before we clear out Sunday night into Monday. So the best chance of rain does come on Thursday at 80% as of now. And then I've got a 30% chance of rain on Friday right after that. As for this morning, 41, definitely want a light jacket at the bus stop. 69 for the recess hour, 74 headed home from work and school, 73 the high temperature in Forsyth, 74 Irwinton, Wrightsville, 75 in Dublin, and looking for 75 in Vidalia later this afternoon as well. We're also going to be rooting on the Braves tonight. How about this? 70s down into the 50s for Game 2 against the Reds. Pulled out a win last night. Hopefully we can pull out another one tonight. Sunset at 8:06, but if you're headed up there, it's going to be cool, so you might want a jacket as well. Here's the 7-day forecast. 20% chance of rain for Wednesday, 80% on Thursday. High temperatures in the 70s for the remainder of the week. A bit cooler on Saturday. But then on Sunday, we make it to 81 before the front itself is able to work its way through here. A 40% chance of rain. And then for Monday and next week, partly cloudy skies and 77.
Welcome back to today's lightning round. The question was, how many planets are in our solar system? A, 7, B, 8, or C, 9? The answer, B, 8. Did you get it right? If not, you can always join us again tomorrow for another chance at Lightning Round.